Alright guys, this is a long playing review for Summer Games 1 on the Amstrad CPC from Epyx software. Interesting like box art there. And here's the budget re-release box art from the Kixx label, part of US Gold. And US Gold are in cahoots with Epyx, who are an American company. And they did quite a lot of sort of sporting themed games. I'll go through the list in a bit. So let's get this loaded up. It's not an arcade conversion or anything like that, of course. Really poor loading screen. That guy looks well miserable. The opening ceremony. Check this out. Yep, well there you go, that's the Olympic torch lit, and the lots of doves of peace have been released. And this is really good timing, because of course today, if you're watching this today, it's the start of the London 2012 Olympics, and it's the opening ceremony tonight. So anyway, first of all, these are the world records, and my goal was in this long play, because there's no sort of target really in the game. You can get through it all with crap scores and that's it. No lives lost and no ending ceremony. So my goal was to try and beat each of these world records. And I've almost succeeded. I will come on to that later on, but make a note of those scores there, guys. And if we beat one of the world records, then that screen will pop up showing my score there. So yeah, really poor title screen, typical of Epyx. Just sort of lots of text and a few menu options. But you can select it. At least you can select your country. Obviously I'm British, so we're going to be Great Britain. And we get a nice little rendition of God Save the Queen. So yeah, it's designed for, I think it's 2 to 4 players really. That's the whole point of these Epyx games. If you remember, I did World of Sports last, and that was from Epyx. And there was no real point to the game, apart from getting a high score. At least here you've got world records that you can try and beat. So on to the first event, which is the pole vault. And we've got various tries at different heights. So we're going to go up to the top height we can start on, which is about, I think it's about 5 meters. Yes, we can start on 5 meters. You can choose your pole grip, always choose high grip, and then ready to jump. Press the fire button to go, and get ready to plant your pole in the hole there. Ooh, yeah, now balls that up. Well, the trick to this game is you need to press down rather quickly, like press down now, press up, and then fire. Up sort of springs you up, and then fire will fling you over the bar. So there's sort of 3 points to this to get just right. It's quite tricky, but with a bit of practice you get your timings just right. I'll go through it all in a minute. Now you don't have much time before you have to press the down key to put the pole in the hole. Press now. So it's literally about a second until you need to start bringing your pole down, which sort of confused me to start with. I go with that sort of green dot, and I'll sort of shout when I get to it. There, that green dot. Hey, there you go. And you want to sort of press the fire button to fling yourself over when the pole's pretty much vertical, or just very slightly vertically leaning to the right. Excuse me. There you go. You see the pole hadn't gone quite vertical, so I pressed fire button the fire button too soon. There you go. So yeah, this is nicely presented so far. I mean, When is this? I think this is 1988 or 86? 1988. So, I've seen better presented games, but nice use of colour. But sod all sound effects really, apart from a sort of a basic running noise, and that's it really. Could have done with like a sort of a crowd cheering to congratulate your efforts when you do well in an event. Sadly, that's not present. Oh, hit the bar there. Can I do it? Yeah, just about there. Good stuff. I'm just trying to find the list of high scores I can refer to. Right, so I think we've beaten the world record. Yeah, the world record in this was 5 meters 40, and we've just cleared 560. So there you go. Just quickly, other games in the Epyx series. First of all came the excellent winter games from Epyx. It looks absolutely fabulous. And first game from them, and probably the best. Later on, after winter games came World Games. That was followed by, I believe, California Games, and then the Games Winter Edition in 1988, followed by Summer Games 2 in 1989, and then they also did the Games Summer Edition as well in 1989. So a lot of the games from Epyx, and yes, we got the world record there. Awesome, 5 meters 60. I won't have the jingle ringing out all the time. Not very good. On to the diving event. Now, interestingly, this conversion for Epyx was done by Choice Software. Choice Software also did Daley Thompson's Super Test, which we looked at a few weeks back, which had a diving event, which is pretty similar. And there we go. Now, there's a trick to this. To try and get like top scores around getting up to sort of 10. I'll go through that in a second. And there's 4 diving events, and you can do the same thing every time. If you get your timing spot on, if you practice it enough, you can do it. So now changes to a backward dive. So what you do is hold the right key to the fastest spin, and then up key to get in the diving position, and if you get it just right, I mean that's almost perfect. You can do the same thing every time, and you want to press the up key round about when either you're at the heads of the judges or you're just above the water. So it takes a lot of practice. This is quite tricky. So holding the right key, press the fire button, oh, that was very lucky. I actually screwed that up. I went feet first in. Yeah, I pressed up way too early. But I got a good score there. And this is the last dive, an inward dive. So again, hold the right key to do the fastest spins and most rotations. Up key. There we go. Brilliant. To be honest with you, I had to do a couple of goes of recording just this diving event. If I'm being honest with you. But that's a brilliant score there. And I believe that's going to beat the world record. 585. The world record was 545. So, yay! That's 2 world records done. let's move on. Yeah, this isn't too bad so far. No mad joystick waggling so far, but we're on to the 4x400 relay. Now this is a little bit interesting. You'd think this might be a mad joystick waggler. Well, it isn't. All you have to do here is judge your runner's stamina, and there's 3 running speeds. By pushing the joystick forward, he starts sprinting. Keeping joystick central, he runs like I am now. And moving the joystick back to the left reduces his speed but increases his stamina. And you can see his stamina bar just above the clock there, the red bar. And what you do to beat this every time, leave your joystick central so he's at your normal running pace, and then sprint on the last bit. Perhaps could have done that a little bit earlier, and press 5 button to pass the baton. And you need to time the 5 button really well there to pass the baton. That's really key. And we've got to beat 3 minutes 49 to get the world record here. Sprint now. There you go. Just as he runs out of energy. That was spot on there. So I'm well ahead now. And I think we're easily going to do this. Oh, actually, only just. Some of these world records are really tight, really tough. Oh gosh, I think is that smack on the world record. 3:39.5 was the world record, and I've got 3:39.4. like split second there. Brilliant. Okay, we're coming on to the 100 metres dash, and pay note there that the world record was 12.5 seconds. Okay, now this is kind of supposedly the first joystick waggling event, and the only one in the game. But this actually rather bizarrely requires sort of a circular motion on the joystick. So up, right, down, left, yeah, so forth. But I can't. I can never get it perfect, and the fastest I've ever done this after multiple attempts is 12.5, which is smack on the world record. But I've never got 12.4 or better than that, and yeah, I don't get given the world record because I haven't beaten it. So my goal of beating the world record, unfortunately, has been dashed. I've tried and tried, but I would have had this probably video up online a few days earlier if it wasn't for me attempting it again and again. Oh well. So on to the gymnastics. Oh, starting straight away. Got 2 attempts here, and that's looking really good. So yeah, 9.2 out of 10, really good score. I'll try and talk you through how you do this. It's press fire to jump really quickly, fire to start, and then fire to jump. That now, holding the right key, press fire when you're vertical to jump, and go into the fast rotation, and then get in the landing position about there, and perfect. You really only get a chance for sort of like maybe 1 or 2, 1.5 rotations before you have to move into the landing position. But there you go, guys, that's a really good score, and I've got the gold medal. Again, a bit like the diving, there's you know, a set pattern you can do every time pretty much to get a really good score. So there's a few events here that are really easily done once you work out the trick. And there's a couple that are pretty much impossible to beat the world record. And like the 100 metres dash, this freestyle swimming is also, I couldn't beat the world record on this, guys. I couldn't work out quite how you're supposed to beat this. Basically, every time your sort of hand, your arm sort of reaches the water, press the fire button to do a power stroke, push left now, do a kick turn. And keep pressing the fire button when your sort of hands in the water. Sometimes he sort of darts forward, other times not. Sometimes his other arm comes over really quickly. Press right button now to get your diver in. Actually, it tells you need to press the right key at the precise time to get that other diver started. And I've practiced over and over the timings of that right key. It doesn't seem to make a difference. So what you could do there is just hold down the right key when you get towards it, and the guy will just start anyway. I think that's probably where I'm possibly losing precious seconds, is the timing of when you push the right key, potentially, for your next swimmer to start. Because I'm down about sort of 4 seconds off the world record, and I reckon that I must be losing a second or two each time. Oh, see his arms there going really quickly. Sometimes, if you time the fire button now, almost as the hand's pretty much gone through the water, his next arm moves over really quickly. So maybe there's some kind of rhythm there you need to get right. But you know what? I've tried it over and over and over and over. I just can't seem to beat it. So this is probably one of my best runs, I think. And I'm thinking about 4 seconds off the pace. But yeah, you know, aside from that, again, this is quite a nice looking event. The scrolling is reasonably smooth. The graphics are a tad blocky. It is mode noughts though. More colour, bigger pixels. So about the best you can expect. And there we go, guys. I think it was 2:18, which was the world record to beat. Yeah, it was 2:18, and I got 2:23. I think I may have got 2:22 before in a practice run, but I've still got like 4 seconds to make up there. So no world record for me. I'll be interested to see if anyone can actually get it. Same on the 100 meters dash, and another swimming event. A bit cheeky, just shooting. Basically copying the same event, but just basically just doing 2 laps this time, or 2 lengths. So yeah, actually after this it's the final event, guys. So you know what, I'll sum up a little bit of review here. Not a bad presentation overall, a little bit bare bones, but the actual events themselves are interesting. And okay, diverting fun for a quick blast. It's certainly no Daley Thompson or Hypersports, but and it's certainly no Winter Games, which is much better and came out 2 years earlier. Again, here, guys, I'm about a second or two off the world record, but I gave up caring. I'll get the world record in the next event, the final one, the skeet shooting. But yeah, music and sound effects pretty crap. A couple of nice little jingles here and there, but that's about it. Little jingle there for the first time. And again, this is quite a nice event actually, and it's the skeet shooting event I think is actually better than the how Hypersports implemented skeet shooting. You can move your target left, right, up and down. It's always sort of falling down, so you need to keep pressing up. That's why it's sort of jumping up and down. So you always get a target from the left to start with, target from the right, and then 2 targets at the same time on each of the positions. And I'm attempting to shoot every skeet out the air. So yeah, what shall I give this as a score? I'm hovering between 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Tough one. 6 3/4. I don't know. I'll give it 7 out of 10. I'm always slightly generous. 7 out of 10, and I got the world record there as well, because I got perfect score. So there you go guys, there's all my world records. 3 of them I didn't get, but I got relatively close to. And I'll be interested to see if anyone wants to upload another video showing the 100 metres dash, the freestyle relay and the 100 metres freestyle. If they can beat the world records, I'd like to see it. That'd be very cool. There you go guys, that's Summer Games, and I'll probably look at Summer Games 2. Yes, there was a sequel to this. And the Games Summer Edition as well, probably to finish off things. And I may do California Games as well. We'll see how we go over this week and weekend. But there you go guys. Thanks for watching, see you next time, and I'll leave you with the opening ceremony again. Thanks, bye.